To Soweto. This is an absolutely tragic story. The memorial service held today for the two little boys who were murdered. This coming on the same day, actually, that police have made a breakthrough, it seems. They've taken two suspects into custody. You'll remember, of course, last week the news broke that 5-year-old Nqobizitha Zulu and his 6-year-old cousin, Tshiamo Rabanye, were found mutilated, and their bodies were dumped in two different spots in Soweto last week. Today, friends, family and community members gathered to remember the little boys. Our reporter Nqobizitha is covering the story, joining us now. Nqoba, so there's this memorial service underway, and at the same time the police making a breakthrough. Tell me when the news came through of these arrests. Was it during the memorial service, and did it have an impact when people heard the news?
Well, so what to understand is that, in fact, these arrests happened yesterday night, around about 8 o'clock at night. And this was during a prayer that had been held here by the community members, of course, following the passing of these two boys. And the gruesome discovery that was made here in the community, that's when we understand police had then moved into the family and then arrested both the 50-year-old woman as well as her 39-year-old partner, who have been charged with murder with this gruesome killing that has really shocked this community. So we understand, Sally, that it happened yesterday, but of course this morning, we heard from some of the community members who were just in disbelief about the arrest and these people that have been arrested, because what we know so far is that these are some of the people that are close to one of the families of one of the little boys, that is, and we understand that in fact it's a relative of one of these boys, and the other second gentleman that was arrested was a partner of that relative. And we understand that the police had been questioning them, of course, over some time. Over the weekend, that particular relative was also taken by police for questioning, and we understand that subsequently the police then also brought in their teams here at one of the homes of the boys, where they then scoured that home. They then combed the area. They had then found some evidence that seemingly links this relative to the murder. We understand that there was a plastic bag that was found that contained some of the items, clothing items that had blood stains that is believed to be of these two boys. And we understand that subsequent to that, the K9 unit also came to the house. They had done some searches there, which ultimately led to the arrest that happened here yesterday. And of course, many here are still in disbelief, Sally, just at the proximity of those that are allegedly involved in this to this murder, because these were people that who had gone out to search for these young men. These were people that were vocal about the murders that had happened here. So many of the community members are still shocked, but earlier on the police confirmed this arrest. And take a listen to what Mavela Masondo from the Gauteng SEPS had to say.
We have arrested two suspects after the mutilated bodies of two young boys were discovered in Soweto on the 20th of April. The suspects, a 50-year-old woman and her 39-year-old partner, were arrested in White City, Soweto on the 25th of April. The suspects are expected to appear before Koti Magistrate Court on the 28th of April, facing a charge of murder. I must say that the female is a close relative of one of the victims, and they were arrested in her place of residence, and that is where we believe the murder took place.
Yeah, let's hope that this really is the breakthrough and not a knee-jerk arrest. I guess we will hear more soon when they appear in court. Meanwhile, I would imagine that the families of these two little ones are still absolutely in shock. Tell us more.
They're devastated, Sally. In fact, I was speaking to the mother of one of the boys just shortly, who was telling me, Sally, that she's still in disbelief. She's shocked at the fact that this was somebody that, had been so close to this investigation, somebody that had been so close as far as the searches are concerned. And she says that she had the suspicions with this particular individual because there were some other issues that had occurred that she was also allegedly involved in. And of course, the family is saying that, they still just want an opportunity to ask her what really went through her mind. What is it that, she thought when she killed, or when they killed together with the partner, these two young men, and what were the children saying to them at the time? Didn't they feel mercy for these children? And so really many of the relatives, I think they're still trying to make sense of it all, Sally. They're still shocked. I can tell you that the family of this young boy, where the relative has been arrested, the family has not been out of the house. They've not spoken to the media. They were not even at the memorial itself that had been set up because of the news of the arrest. And of course you can just imagine what that family is going through at this particular point. But certainly we know that it is one of the family members, somebody very close to the family. And of course these families right now are saying, Sadie, all they want is just an understanding of what really happened and what really led this particular relative to do such a heinous crime, such a brutal crime, where these young men, their bodies were mutilated, and even identifying them was such a traumatic experience for some of the family members because of the condition that they found them in. So they're still trying to piece together, and of course they're saying that they want to hear when the case resumes. They want to hear from them as far as when they appear in court, and perhaps even an opportunity to speak to them about what really went on. But we know, Sally, that they will be appearing in court on Friday, and this is the same time that the two boys will also be laid to rest. But earlier on I spoke to one of the uncles who was also quite devastated, Sally, and this is what he had to say.
Sithuke kakhulu because into vele besingayilindelanga leyo ukuthi ingayenzeka, yabona. So sithuke kakhulu abaphoyisa mebengena lapha sebezothola sesithola ukuthi hawu umuntu oladuzane uyo umuntu thina siloko sifuna nje sithi hayi umuntu asekudinile kanti umuntu oladuzane kodwa sibe shocked kakhulu.
All right, thank you very much for that update. That's our reporter Nqobizitha there. Now still